Yeah, I can't think like of an example like off the top of my head, but yeah, useful. Kids are useful.
Mm-hmm.
Just muling them around, just like telling them, my
That's
dad be doing that. Yo, like he'd be like, I can't find like the remote. Like, go find it, and I'm like, okay. Or like
you're
when
my you're my child. You must do what I say.
he'll have everyone be on the mission. He's like, okay, I can't find my keys. I don't remember the last time I had them. That's all. Like, let's go. Let's break. And we're like, they could literally be anywhere in this house.
Dude, you're tearing apart the couches and like looking under the bed and shit. Like, where the fuck is keys? And then he probably has them in his pocket or something. Like,
He's always the one that finds them in the end, which is
yeah,
like, oh, bro, you didn't need us. Like, see, you found him.
dude, it's like when I was on that plane that one time looking for
Seriously,
my phone. You're
just
like,
bigger. And
squad.
there's always the usuals, like the usual spots too.
Right.
Like, all right, let's check in his couch. Nope. Where else does he like to go? Let's go outside. Just like his usual spots.
That's
But
funny.
yeah. I actually think I had some stories for us. Some very weird ones.
Oh, shit. I
Okay,
like
we
weird
got to that.
stories.
Okay. I heard this on the radio the other day, and then I looked it up. Did you know that people are now freaking getting high from eating raw meat?
What?
Yeah. Apparently, it's not brand new. It's not a brand new trend, but I guess it's spiking again, and
Is
people are
it
doing a lot more.
is it like spoiled meat or just raw? Like, is there
Oh,
something wrong with
did
it?
I say raw or did I say spoiled?
You said raw.
Oh yeah, it's raw and it's spoiled. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
That was like the
Okay.
shocking factor. Like it's
I
both.
have seen a documentary about like a few different people that eat raw meat, and
Hmm.
each one of them ate it in like a different way. Like one would just eat it kind of fresh raw. Another one would like eat it off like roadkill and shit. So this other dude would just straight up like store it into a container until it started rotting, and then he would take like a little bit of it and like
Oh
I
my
don't know.
god.
It was disgusting.
You said
But
roadkill? Like you would
yeah,
see it
like
off the
he's like,
the
oh,
road.
is that a raccoon? Like, that's gonna be a good dinner today. And then
Oh
he'll
my
just go down there on
god.
the side and rip a piece off. Like, yeah, like bro.
Dude sampling it?
Yeah, people are wild out there.
My god. There's probably a video of someone. There's no way someone didn't catch someone doing that.
That's nasty, dude. They record themselves in the documentary. Like, just go
Just-
watch that if you want to see them freaks.
I think I will. This is a interesting territory because people are doing it now because well, when you eat the raw meat, they usually like let it rot for like at least a couple months, I heard, to a
Yeah,
year. It's kind of like fine wine or like a fine cheese. The
that's
longer you
disgusting.
let it like ferment, the better it is. But I heard the more rotten it is, the more euphoric you feel when you like eat the thing. So people are getting high off
Why?
this stuff. I don't know.
Why? How does that work? Is it? I have so many questions. I need to like see the chemical composition of this shit to understand why they're having these, euphoric experiences.
Right? I think I was just reading the like skimming over the article, and it wasn't really like went really deep into it, but it might be just, dude, all those bacterias. I can't even count how many bacteria are on that thing.
Dude, it probably smells disgusting.
And that's another thing. I was wondering, like, okay, this thing is gonna be like you have to eat it to feel euphoric, but just getting it down with the way it smells, and even if you like try to forget the smell, it's still in your mouth. Like the taste is gonna linger in your mouth. Like how do you
Yeah,
down that, yo?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Tell me,
I,
Trevor.
I do know they store it in like a separate. If they refrigerate it, they store it in a separate fridge, and
Mhm.
then sometimes they don't even refrigerate it. They just like
Oh yeah, no.
let that shit cook.
I would think you would not refrigerate it because then it would get moldy faster, right?
Yeah, I guess maybe it depends what you're trying to grow on it. Like,
Mm.
is the bacteria I want live in, colder temperatures? Should I put it in the fridge? Is it like one of the more, hotter bacterias that I can leave out in the sun all day? Like
You're getting very specific with it. You're talking
they got,
like
yeah. I mean, if you want the
specifics.
best dose, you gotta tailor that shit right.
There's probably a guy who's broken it down to a science like that. Like they know which meat too to like
Dude,
go
where's
for.
Hamilton?
It was on Vice though.
Oh, it was?
The article that I was reading.
Nice.
I was like thought of Hamilton.
Nice. That's sick.
I feel like he would try it.
I feel like he would. I feel like he would try the chemical that he found in it.
Okay, synthesize it.
Yeah, I don't think he would try raw meat, but he would be like, take it to the lab, see what chemicals are in there, and then synthesize the chemical compounds.
Yeah, I could see that. But he's just like so hands on with everything, you know? Like
Yeah, for some stuff though, like he's not. I don't think he's not gonna like. He wouldn't like shoot himself up, right? Like he'll take it in a pill rather than inject.
imagine like the cameraman, like what kind of show is this? He just literally does everything.
Nah, he's not. He's not that crazy.
Yeah.
Not for his show, at least. I don't know what he does off the clock, right?
He just wears long sleeves all the time. Like Hamilton.
No.
What's going on?
No.
But it's like luck of the draw, I guess, because you can really like get sick. Like you could die from eating that meat, and it's just you don't know how you're gonna respond because it's like what E. coli, freaking salmonella on that thing.
Yeah.
You could die of like dehydration. I think they were like listing the things that like the symptoms like afterwards, like freaking irregular bowel movement, like damage to your small intestine, die of dehydration because you're just like pooping.
Dude, what
all
if
the
they got a
time.
worm egg in there, in that rotten meat?
A worm egg?
Yeah. And then the worm hatches out of the egg inside of you, and then
Are all worms bad?
the worms inside of people, they're all bad. Yeah.
Because like you could live with like a tapeworm inside of you.
You
right?
could live with it, but it's not good. Like,
the worm
Yeah.
just be eating your food.
yeah. And then I don't know. I feel like you'd start shedding eggs everywhere
Oh,
out your ass. Like,
Oh no!
so.
You're like a
I mean,
mother hen.
there's some downsides to having worms inside of you.
Oh yeah, I can name a few. My grandpa, shout out to grandpa. He had a tapeworm.
Oh shit.
A while back, a long time ago. But my mom would tell me like, yeah, like grandpa, like when we were growing up, he just couldn't like gain any weight. Like he would be eating like. He would try to gain weight. He would even lose weight, and he would be like eating. He'd eat like 2 peanut butter jelly sandwiches, just like dinner.
My
just, like,
God.
just eat.
Dude, that
Kidding.
worm was probably huge. It's a big ass worm in there.
The worms all like, oh god.
So not again. I hate peanut butter jelly. Like, bro.
I wonder if you could kill it like that. Like it has to have a limit, right? Like you can't eat everything.
Nah, dude, it eats everything.
Damn.
It just keeps growing. Has another one, a spawn.
It,
You get
but
a
it
whole
needs
family
another
of
thing,
them.
right? It can't just like reproduce by itself. It's not like
Oh, dude, yeah, it can reproduce.
by itself.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They have like self-contained eggs.
Whoa.
Dude, if you cut a worm, I think it'll just grow into 2 separate worms, like a regular earthworm.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know worms are cool like that.
Yeah, they regenerate, dude. They're pretty flexible with that kind of thing.
That's cool. So it doesn't like. That's crazy. So let's say you cut a worm in half. One piece of the worm has a head, right? It has like the brain, I guess, but the other one, or it doesn't have a brain. Like,
The nerves are like kind of spread out in the body,
whoa.
so
So-
it'll just grow back. Or maybe only the one with the head grows back. But I think there are some worms that if you cut it in half, it'll grow both. Like a starfish is kind of like the same thing, right? You cut a starfish into 5 pieces, and you'll have 5 different starfish that
Oh
grow.
my god, does it hurt the starfish?
Like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you can't ask it, but I'm sure that shit hurts. Like,
Oh yeah. I can just imagine that starfish mind just like
just screaming.
you just see little bubbles like going to the surface.
Yeah, it's like it's one scream, and then you slowly start to hear 5 different screams because they start growing back.
Whoa, I am you. Who's the real one?
But then they'd have one giant arm, and the other arms would be like small and like baby arms, basically,
Yeah, they'd have
for
to
the
grow
starfish.
from
Yeah,
nothing.
yeah. But that's because they have their nerves spread out in their body and shit.
A lot of like small animals or species like that, I guess, they don't have like brains, right? They don't have like a central, like,
Yeah, they don't have like a central nervous system.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Or
they
even
just,
if they do, they still have enough in other places that they can rebuild the full nervous system.
that's crazy.
Even octopuses use like their skin, or their like they have like actual processing nerves outside of their brain that they use to change colors and stuff, I think.
Yeah, I heard they're really smart too.
Yeah. Super smart. Octopus, dolphins, pretty smart animals.
Which other ones? I heard pigs are smart.
Pigs are smart.
I didn't know that though.
They think
I've
they're
heard
smarter
that.
than dogs.
Yeah, but you think that's for real?
Yeah, I think they're pretty smart. They probably have big brains that are.
Mm. Oh, what about that bird that you showed me not too long ago? It was like the gray macaw or something. It was like driving that little RC car.
Oh yeah, that was pretty sick.
Yeah.
That was
Smart,
pretty sick.
bro.
Yeah, I watched the video and they're talking about they got it to move like forward and backwards first,
Mm-hmm.
and they added another dimension, and it's just like it's basically stands on a little joystick and like drives itself around and shit.
Yeah, and it like problem solves too. Like when it was stuck in like a little ditch, it was like,
Yeah,
okay, can't go this way, and like he was thinking.
for real.
Yeah, it's a smart.
Dude, they think those birds probably think more than a lot of people out there with the way that people drive and the way they park and stuff.
Yeah, he could probably
Yeah.
do a better job.
Oh hell yeah.
Imagine you go to like a driving class, like this is your instructor, freaking bird.
Fucking bird there. He's
He could
probably
talk,
talking to you too. Yeah.
He's all cussing
Left
you out.
turn. No, idiot. Just like yelling at you.
He only knows 5 words, but it's enough
Yeah.
to get you through the course.
Yeah, dude. Oh, I was gonna tell you there's I was on that app Nextdoor today.
What's
and
that? Have you told
it's
me
like
about
yeah, it's like a neighborhood app where you get to see people in your neighborhood if they're talking about stuff.
that? Oh yeah.
And dude, it was popping off on there today. So apparently somebody parked in front of somebody else's driveway, and then I guess the lady's house that they parked in front of took a picture of it, and it was like, whose idiot friend parked in front of my house? And then like there's like 100 comments on this picture of people just like, oh, if that was my house, I would have like dragged his car in the middle of the street.
Oh my god.
And just like being all tough.
Uh-huh.
And then one person was like, oh, I'd be afraid they're gonna retaliate. And then some other dude was like, let me know if they retaliate. I got your back. Like,
Dude,
bro.
what the hell?
Dude, it pops off on there, dude. I always check it out like if I'm bored and I'm like, damn, okay, there's some interesting stuff going on over here.
Dude, that's kind of fun, and it like affects you directly because like your neighborhood,
It's down the street. I could drive there and like see everything going down, bro.
everything live. You're like, oh, like someone's like, oh, it's about to go down. You're like, oh, you're like,
For
you're
real.
on it.
Yeah, she's like, the lady's like, my kid needs to get to practice. I called the tow truck. You better tell your idiot friends to move this car. Like,
Oh
bro.
my god.
It's hilarious though. They really be going off on it.
I'd set that notifications on. Like, I want to know
Hell yeah.
everything that goes on.
Yeah, there was also like a baby possum that someone found, so that was pretty cool. They have pictures of it.
That's fine.
What else?
You could
Yeah,
literally.
there's
It's just like
always
a Facebook, like for
Yeah,
neighborhood.
but like you have to be in that neighborhood. You have to like verify your address and position and shit, and then you're part of the crew now. You're like, this is my hood. Like,
That's awesome. It's
Yes.
kind of new. Someone was talking to me about it.
yeah, it's not super new, but like I don't know. I've always just been curious like what's happening and shit and like
Yeah.
around me, and then there's always good like golden nuggets in there every once in a while, just drama or
I wonder if my
Yeah.
neighborhood would be popping. Like,
oh dude, probably.
maybe. Dude,
You're by the school too, so I'm sure you'd hear some shit over there.
yeah. I don't know why. Someone, like, fireworks are a thing. Like, they just be, like, popping fireworks on
Yeah.
all year. But recently, I don't know what. I don't even know if they're fireworks, to be honest. Like, really loud booming, like, goes on over here.
Oh really?
It's really loud. Like if a firework like went off, but it didn't like reach the sky. Like if it went off like in the street, that's how loud it is.
Oh shit.
And like it's enough to like make you like, dude, like what was that? So maybe I'll join the neighborhood. Maybe someone knows about that.
Dude, you should join it. You'll probably hear some juicy stuff going on.
Right? I had no
Yeah.
idea. Freaking
Dude, yeah. Speaking of fireworks, there was that night after the fight, after you left, there was a bunch of fireworks going off. People were just like celebrating, I think,
oh, that
the
by
victory.
your house?
Yeah. Yeah. There was like fireworks going off for a couple hours over here.
Oh yeah. Thank you for bringing attention to the fight. It was
Oh yeah,
a good fight.
I couldn't tell by your background that the fight
that
happened.
I'm a fan. Oh, thanks, bro. You know.
Yeah, I couldn't tell by the ring back there. That
It was a big deal. I already told you. It was like they broke records, 70,000 people indoors. I think it was like 73, and yeah, it felt a little like everything kind of went back to normal, even though it's not normal. But like for the
Right.
night, I guess, because there was no mask. I didn't see one mask in sight in there,
Mm-mm.
but it was a good time. Yeah.
I wonder if
Even
they all
that-
showed their Vax cards when they got in.
I doubt it.
I don't
doubt
think
it.
so.
Nah.
Yeah.
That's too many people. They had a pyrotechnic show inside actually.
Oh really?
Yeah, I was wondering how that worked out. Because,
Inside the ring, they had it happen. Like,
yeah, well, so usually right before any fighter like walks off, if it's a big fight, they have like a show, like or the main guy does. He has like Canelo had Pepe Aguilar and his daughter like sing, and then they had like pyrotechnics like in the background inside, like they were
okay,
inside.
kind of like WWE when they walk out on stage, they have like the
Yeah,
and shit
it
flying
was
off.
sick. But yeah, when I was watching it, I was like, man, how does that work? Because everyone's inside, and then there's fireworks inside. That doesn't seem
Bro,
safe.
it's probably risky. They probably have a lot of regulations around that shit though. Like,
Yeah, I'm assuming
it
they
is
got
it is
unlocked.
the U.S. right? Like,
Yeah, whatever. And it's like
a little bit safer.
if they're trying to make money, because they made a lot of money yesterday. They're just like,
Bro, that guy was so happy at the end of the fight where they were asking the British dude, "Oh, is he gonna fight Caleb next?" And he was just smiling. He's like, "Yeah, that's what the people want. That's like the fight we're gonna
he knows
get."
what he's doing. He could
Bro.
pretend like he's not gonna make it happen, but it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
It'd
Yeah,
probably
he's
be even
just like-
bigger.
money.
But yeah, I thought that was funny. Great fight. Viva Mexico.
Bro, I wonder if they're gonna have like a VR boxing game. That'd be pretty sick.
When you were letting me play it, that's what I was thinking of.
Bro, you're just like shadow boxing in your room against like
Oh,
some
yeah.
of the classics.
Mike Tyson.
Because it does track like where your head's at too. Like if you duck, it'll move the camera down like you're actually crouched and shit. So like
Yeah,
you might be able to actually simulate, how to
Yeah,
box in there.
for real. And
For
you
real.
could just use your toggle to like go forwards and backwards, and then you could slip whatever.
Right. Like, oh, am I jabbing now? Or it's like a uppercut, Like,
Oh, dude, that'd be sick.
you could box your friends. That'd be pretty sick.
Like, hey, man. Boo.
Dude, that'd be pretty sick. Yeah, that would be cool. And then any other like other augmented reality stuff that they're coming out with would be pretty sick too. Like they had Pokemon Go where you could see like a Pokemon on top of like whatever you're videotaping in your phone. But like other augmented reality stuff would be pretty sick too.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I actually saw it in when I was killing time at Walmart. I saw the Oculus there, and they had
Oh,
like,
yeah.
everything for it. Yeah, it was sick. It was tempting me. I was like, damn.
You're like,
Because it's a nice cut of change. Like it's a
yeah, it's an investment, but I think it'll, I don't know. With time, I think it'll be cooler. It's just kept getting better. I think as the newer systems come out.
Does this one that you have? Because we have something similar at work, but it's not. You don't play games on it. You you could do virtual meetings and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, they do virtual tours. Could yours do that too?
I'm sure it could. The one at work, is it like glasses or is it cover your eyes?
Yeah. It's like see through. Like I could
Okay.
see the person's eyes.
So that's augmented reality. That's pretty cool that you guys have one. Not a lot of companies have that.
I was very surprised too.
Yeah, they're pretty. I mean, they're pretty high tech, and a lot of companies that manufacture stuff get them. So they give them to their employees, and it has the instructions on screen, and it can even track like what you're looking at. Like if I'm looking at this, this assembly or this bolt, it'll be like, oh, turn this bolt, and it'll like line everything up. It has like image tracking and shit.
Yeah, but
So that's pretty sick.
The one, and thank God. I literally did not think of I could have done that better. I
Oh
just
yeah.
realized that, but now I have one because it has to do with the situation that
Yes.
with the augmented when we were using it.
That's
Yep.
sick.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
that is pretty cool. I was also reading about this thing called diminished reality.
Mm-hmm.
So it's there's VR, there's AR, which is augmented, and so apparently they're coming out with one called diminished reality, which it's kind of dystopian to me, but it's like if you can block things out of your sight, basically. Like if I'm walking down the street, I see a trash can, I'm like, I don't want to see trash cans anymore. So let me just hide
What?
this shit, dude.
Dude, but it's still there. You could like
I know.
trip over it.
I know, but just think about everything. Like you hide homeless people. Like, oh,
Yeah.
I don't want these peasants like in
That's
my
what I was
view.
like. It could even like be bad. Like freaking
You break up with somebody. Like, I don't want to see her face anymore. Like, just block her out.
that's
you
like
know?
Black Mirror status. There's one with John Hamm like
Yes.
that, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And I was like, damn, that's fucking. They're all like hyping it up. Like, oh, this will be great. Like, I can't wait for it to come out. I'm like, what are you talking about?
But what's there like? Because it's a cool idea, but really, like, what don't you want to see that much where you just like block it all?
And if you don't want to see it, why don't you do something to fix it instead of just hiding it from yourself? Like,
Right? That's a good comeback right there.
that's what I'm saying. Like, oh yeah, I'll block the trash, but like, think of another way to make that in
Right.
reality where it's
Make
not
the
going to be a
trash
problem.
can look nicer, maybe.
Or like hide it better or something. But
Yeah.
like, I don't know. There's other ways than just hiding shit from yourself. Like,
That's such a lazy way. They that's such an expensive, like, workaround to like solving the problem. You know.
for real. Just imagine like everybody gets their diminished reality glasses, and then you just get a new patch that comes out. Like, oh, like you're no longer gonna see, I don't know, like fighting in the streets or something, and it's just like things
Your
that are happening
family.
more often. Yeah, I mean, things just get progressively worse. There's like riots, and then it's like we're no longer gonna show you riots, and like you're just
Dude.
basically filtered from reality.
That's a great like Black Mirror's episode. You could like do
Dude.
something with that.
Dude,
I'm a
so dystopian.
I'll remember that. Right?
I was like tripping when I saw that. I was like, are you serious?
What's so what are they talking about doing right now? Like it's releasing or what?
Trash cans.
No, I meant the augmented reality. Like, is it coming out soon? Like,
Oh, I don't know. I mean, augmented reality's out. It's not widespread used.
oh no, diminished. I mean, diminished.
The diminished one,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know when they'll roll it out. I mean, they have the technology to do it because I saw a video of like somebody looking at it and the trash can was there, and then they had the filter on. And
How
it was
does it
gone.
like do that? Like instantaneously.
It's like live Photoshop, basically. Like,
That's a lot of processing power, though, and to make
Yeah.
it look like it's not there, like seamlessly. You know.
well, I mean, think about Snapchat with like the filters, Instagram. You could filter your face live, right? It's basically like doing Photoshop on someone's face, or
Right, but there is some like you could tell there's a filter on there.
right.
And like I'm assuming they're gonna want to like be as realistic as possible, so make it look like I don't know, it's seamless.
Yeah, I mean, I think they want to get to that point, but it's probably in a similar boat as what they have for Instagram right now, where
Okay.
you get like a slight shimmer on top of it or something.
That makes
But just imagine like filtering other people, like you filter your own face, like, oh, I want to make sure everybody wearing these glasses sees my face in this way, right? Like, let me apply my Instagram filter on my diminished reality face. Like, you're just walking
that's
around in real
wild.
life.
Like what's real? Like
Yeah, it's a trip to think about. It's a mind experiment, I guess.
should be go back like that's also kind of like in the same vein as remember that one story I brought not too long ago where on if you're playing video game and you could have like notches as like what you want to hear, like do you want to hear
yeah.
like misogyny or do you want to hear people say
Right.
the N-word, whatever, like you
It's
have
like-
total control of
Yeah.
what your reality is, I guess.
Yeah, same type of thing, right? It's like, do you want to block it out? Like at some point, you don't want to hear it, but then, like, are you really fixing the community, or are you just, you know, putting a Band-Aid on the problem?
It could also be like the same thing, kind of if you think like homeschooling, right? Like some people like to homeschool their kids because like, yeah, I don't want them to go to like school system. I want to teach them like what's right and wrong.
They're all
But
sheltered.
eventually, you got to leave the nest, and they're gonna realize the world isn't as
Yeah.
as it seems.
And they might not have the tools to deal with it in a good way or a healthy way.
Yeah, and then that you just basically like messed them up. Like you
Oh, they're
screwed it up
fucked
from the beginning. Yeah,
for life, bro.
that's how you get some really weird people out there. Freaking
Yeah.
Elon Musk came out that he has Asperger's.
Yep.
Right.
He was on SNL last night, and then the Dogecoin kind of
It tanked.
tanked a little bit after.
Did you say? Did you call that?
Yeah, why I heard about it. Like, I don't know. I have my finger on the pulse a little bit. I like to think, and people were like, "Oh, after like right before, right after SNL, it's gonna tank." And I'm like, "Okay, we'll see."
I wonder what the reasoning. Like, it came true, but I would like to know like why.
I think Elon called it a hustle on SNL, which kind of gave it a bad like image. And then I don't know. Robinhood owns like 28% of all Dogecoin too. So like if you try to, I think if you tried to sell on Robinhood last night, they blocked your trades, kind of like what they did for GME.
Dude, that's evil. Like,
Dude, they have like 30% of it, so they wanted to like stay pumped up there. So they're, I mean, they'll do their shady ass tricks
yeah,
to get you stuck in the stock. Bro.
But Robinhood is the only way you can get Dogecoin right now. I know
There's other sources of it.
Oh, okay.
Robinhood just makes it so easy. I mean, that's their whole platform.
I do use Robinhood just because it's so user friendly.
Yeah, I mean, I bought some Doge on there when it was like, it was a little bit cheaper than it is now. That's for sure. But yeah, they're pretty shady. I want to get my other stocks off. It's just you have to like do a transfer and everything. So it's kind of a pain, but it's worth it to not be on their platform, I guess.
Yeah, but so colorful, bro. It's just easy.
There's other ones, bro. They're not that bad.
All right, bro. You just let me know.
Oh, I'll tell you where I go. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll follow you.
Okay.
Yeah, Robinhood, Team Robinhood. Nah.
Yeah, but like apparently after SNL, yeah, it went down a little bit, and then did you see his Wario skit on there?
Dude, I haven't seen it. I kind of don't like watching SNL skits. I feel like they're cringy like 90% of the time.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Oh, so you did see it.
I watched it and I wasn't even like smiling. I was just straight faced. Like
they kind of make me like irk like on the inside, especially when you see like a celebrity that you like, and then they just put them. They're not even funny, you know. Like Elon Musk is not a comedian,
right?
And they put him in this like weird situation, and
yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's not as good as the old SNLs where maybe the writing, or maybe we don't have the attention span for that kind of shit. We want like actual, we want actual actors and stuff in there.
Yeah, make it good. But it's still a fun thing. I did not expect him to be a guest on there.
Yeah. I didn't either. I heard about it, I think this week. I was like, damn, he's going on. And then I saw the Wario thing. I was like, bro, he looks kind of funny in there.
There's gonna be so many Elon Warios for freaking Halloween.
That's why he did it. That's probably the only reason he did it, is like
he always does. He always has a reason, bro.
For the memes, bro.
And it worked too. Everywhere I look, I see freaking fat Wario.
Dude, for real. That's how he gets more popular.
I saw one of my favorite ones. It's like when your custom character shows up in a cutscene in a video game.
Yes.
That one's my favorite.
That's for real.
Keep them coming.
I think his girl was on there too as Peach.
Oh, Grimes,
yeah.
What a
combo,
name.
Huh? Oh, what an interesting name, yeah. I think what a matchup between the two of them.
That's too.
He's probably older than her, right? Like.
Oh yeah. She's also a Canadian singer. She's an artist, right?
Right, she's an artist.
Yeah, that's a cool name. That's not her real name though, right? That's her like stage name.
No, it's not her real name.
Freaking Grimes.
This is my daughter Grimes. We call her Grimy for short. Like, oh, come on, bro.
You never know, bro. I was watching this one show that this chick's name. They call her Mary, but her real name is Merry Christmas. Like legit. Like
no.
Merry Christmas, I swear.
Bro.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
The Alaskan bush people.
Oh my god.
They just live in Alaska and do whatever the hell they want.
I gotta watch that. It sounds wild.
There's so much weird TV out there, and it hooks you though, because it's like I don't know what about it. Like it's just this family who lives in Alaska, and they just do their thing. And
It's because you get to look into their life for a second. Like you're like, this life is so different than mine, and you can't. It's not crazy, but like you can't look away because it's different.
oh yeah, they don't care about stocks or like who's president right now.
Nah, they just want to get their fish, raise their caribou and reindeer and
Yeah, and
relax.
they don't relax a lot actually in that show. It's a lot of hard work. I'm like, damn,
Yeah.
bro, there's no chilling.
Dude, they probably wish they had stocks so they don't have to do that shit all day.
They have to prepare for the seasons too. That's what always gets me. Like it's getting cold. That you guys gotta store
Stock up.
stock,
Yeah.
and like sometimes their water supply like freezes, like the pipes that they make.
Oh,
So
shit.
then they gotta find a way to like make sure it's not, or else they don't get water. You die out there.
So they just live in the bushes, then they make their own pipes and shit? Like what?
Half and half. Like they make a lot of this stuff, but they do go into town to like they're not
Okay.
crazy. They have limitations.
All right. So they're not like 100% off the grid. They're like,
Yeah, and
okay.
also takes me out too. I'm like, well, like where does it start? Where's the line? You know,
Bro, they're not hardcore enough. I want like real bush people.
like, you guys aren't bush people. You guys are shrubs, at the
For
best.
real. For a little shrubs.
Shrubbles.
They
All
need
right.
to spread their wings.
I think we've been at this for a good amount. I think we're
Oh, I
ready
know,
to
it's
move on.
Shit pops off sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes I just get lost in the song.
It's bussin'. Shit.
Dude, stop. I catch myself saying that stuff, and I'm like, who am I?
Respectfully.
It's just so fun to say, though. It's like, I don't do it seriously.
Is that the new slang? Is that what's out right now?
Bussin', I've heard that so much.
I've heard that. Sheesh.
I heard it today at Boiling Crab, dude.
Dude, a lot of people are doing it now.
Someone brought the food, and they're like, sheesh.
Yeah, dude, it's everywhere.
It's funny. I partake. Not gonna lie.
Might as well, bro.
Whatever.
If it's when in Rome,
Do as they do.
Yeah.
As youngins. All right. Let's move on to our last segment of the show. I could have done that better. It's a segment where we tell a story about an embarrassing time or a funny time in our past, and we just talk about how we could have done that better and reflect. And we all learn a little bit.
Yeah.
Did you have one?
I think I do, but I want to hear yours first.
Oh, okay. This was literally off the top. It's not even like that embarrassing, but it's a story. So they had at my work, they had a virtual tour. But the people like live in, I think it's Germany. So obviously they can't come here. So we use the augmented reality thing.
Right.
And then so that's going on, and I pay no mind because like it's only the big dogs that are in that meeting, and it's, one of our managers like walking through the building and like talking and showing them whatever. So everything he sees, they see, and yeah. And then so I'm doing my work at my desk, and then I get a call from my manager, and then I answer the phone. He's like, "Hey, like I'm gonna call him Carl again."
Okay.
Always Carl.
Carl or Gerald.
Yeah. So Carl's giving the tour, and but my manager's like, "Hey, like Carl's on his way down to metrology. That's kind of like our turf. That's where they measure all the parts and stuff."
Hell yeah.
And he's like, "But we don't have anything set up. Like everyone in there is on break. So if he goes down to metrology, like there's no work. Like no one's doing anything. Like they don't know what goes down there. None of the machines are on either. So it's just gonna be like barren." He's like, "You need to go down there and like make it look like we're doing things." But he's on his way downstairs, and I'm like, damn. So I run. So I have to beat him there and like turn on all this stuff and set it up. And then so I run down there, and the shortcut way is blocked. I forget by what. So I'm like, damn, I have to go the long way. And then so I go the long way. I get into metrology. No one's there, thankfully. So I'm like, okay, I don't know how much time I got. So I turn on the computers. I'm trying to like set stuff up. I set up one station, but the largest station I couldn't totally get before freaking Carl gets there, and he comes.
Carl.
And I'm like, oh damn. And then so it's like a dance that I'm doing with Carl because I have to stay out of his line of vision. So he's like,
Oh shit, you got to be stealth in there. Like,
yeah, it's like a stealth mode, like freaking Sly Cooper
damn.
status. So you're like looking, and then I have to like, I'm like going around him and trying to like set stuff up while he's doing it. And then
Yeah,
he's like looking and walking and walking. So it's like just this one funny big dance. And
that's sick.
so metrology shares a window with QC. That's where we measure parts of production. And it's just like a giant window. They could see us and we could see them. So there's a ton of people on that site, and I could tell like they're watching me just like creeping like around Carl, just trying to set stuff up.
Damn.
But it was a lot harder than I thought. I didn't really totally get that station set up, but I did my best, and I just had to get out of there before like it was
Bro,
just
you're like crawling through the doorway, like trying to get out before he sees your ass.
they see like a door like move, but there's no one there. It's like, what was that? Freaking ghost.
Bro, I don't think I've ever had to sneak around like that before.
It was funny.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That takes skills. You got to be quiet too. Maybe he was distracted a little bit when he's like on his AR thing, but
Yeah, and I didn't want him to look at me. I didn't even want to like bring too much attention to me, because or else like if he looks at me, then they could see I'm in the room, right?
right.
And
He's like, "What's that noise?" And you're just fucking crawling there. They're like looking at your ass.
it's like one of those secret missions, like those scary movie stealth secret missions.
dude. It's like Mission Impossible.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what it felt like. I was like, man, that was
dude,
fun.
that's sick.
Yeah. If I could have done that better, I don't know what I would have done to make it better. I just wish my boss would have given me more heads up. Like if I had
Yeah.
like 15 more minutes.
Or like the shortcut was open or something.
Yeah, that's what could have gone better. But yeah,
Mhm.
it was a good time. It was the highlight of my day, I guess, from all the mundane stuff we do.
Yeah. So I think I don't think I've told this story on here before. But we were talking about fights, so I figured I'd think about the first time I got in an altercation.
Oh, whoa.
Have I told this one?
You haven't told me this one.
Okay. I mean, it's not a big one. I was in like second or third grade, and bro, throw way back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was in second or third grade, and like, I don't know, I was really passionate about soccer. Some would even say like, I thought I'd be like in the next FIFA or something, like. Wow. I was like, damn. My dad used to coach soccer. Like, I was like, I'm the soccer pro. Like, you guys got to let me play. And so it was, I don't know, it was me versus like on one team versus some other like second, third graders on this other team. And this dude didn't let me be the goalie, dude. And I was like, bro, what are you talking about? Like,
you're like, what do you mean?
What do you mean? I am the goalie. And he's like, nah, you're not the goalie. I'm the goalie. I'm better than you. And I was like, what did you say? And so I just like wound up and I punched him right in the chest because of that shit. And he flew, dude, in my eyes, he like flew back like 10 feet and like dragged his feet into like the ground, like boom, landed in the dirt. And I felt really cool. I was like, damn, did I just do that to this guy? Like,
you were hooked on beating kids up.
And then I think I knocked the air out of him because he's like kind of wheezing after and shit. But like, long story short, I didn't get to be the goalie. They took me out of the game, and I had to like apologize to him and eat my lunch sandwich like alone. So
you didn't get away with it. They saw you do that.
Oh yeah, they watched me. I didn't even care. I was like, no one disrespects me in my game of soccer. So I just I let him have it.
That's funny.
I still remember his name though. His name was Anthony.
Yeah, damn Anthony. You guys should meet up again. See what happens.
I bet I'm way taller than him now. I mean, I'm taller than I was, so I'm pretty sure I'm taller than
just a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually,
I could take him.
Goalie is not my first pick. It's actually my last pick.
Dude, I always get goalie, and then I end up getting hit in the head with like the ball or something. Like, I don't know. My head just magically attracts like soccer balls and shit for some reason.
But you loved it. Like that was.
I really wanted to play goalie, yeah, because I got those hands, like.
Yeah, dude, I hate goalie because you get like hit in the nuts so easily. You get hit everywhere.
Yep, it's not fun, but but it is cool because you don't have to run around. You just kind of like stand there.
That's true. What's because I'm not like I used to play soccer, but I didn't know the rules very much. I just had high endurance, so I would just like run.
Yeah, you just go chase
Yeah.
the ball and shit.
Chase and get it away from people.
Yeah.
But how far does the goalie, like, he has to stay in his box, right? He can only go so far.
Yeah, there's a box. I mean, this was second or third grade, so I don't think we were really playing up
Like
to standard.
FIFA
bro.
rules. You said you were ready for FIFA, bro.
I may have exaggerated a little bit in how good that I was. I mean, it was fun, but yeah, there's definitely a box you have to stay in. I think it's just like you need the quick reflexes to predict where the ball's going. So, I guess I could have not punched that kid in the chest over the goalie position, but
Nah, I think what you could have done, you should have finished him.
like Mortal Kombat style.
Yeah.
What would be the soccer finisher though? Like the cleats, maybe, or
No, this is what you do. So you punched him, right? He's on the ground,
yeah, he's on the ground. He's like, oh.
and then you freaking like his head is like the perfect position, and you kick his head off, and you make it land in the goal.
Yeah. Okay. I
think
kind of want to
that'd be
kick it in a way where the ball is sitting where his head used to be.
Oh,
Like,
so
kick his head off with the ball. That way the ball takes his head spot, and then the head's in the goal. Like that would be my finisher if I could do it.
That's
like
an extra
soccer
layer.
style.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like what's that, like billiards, where like the ball hits another one that
Right.
goes.
But it wouldn't just be a regular kick. I do one of those fancy ones where you wrap your foot behind your other foot and hit it with the inside of your like outside foot. Like,
Oh
bam.
my god. Let's make it happen, guys.
Bro, that's my finisher.
I'm the second grader, right?
Yeah, I'm the second grader. Fuck that kid.
Yeah, you heard Anthony. And with that, we'll end this episode of Poke the Oak Podcast.
All right. What is this, 13?
13,
12?
dude.
13?
Yeah, one of those. I want to say
Sick.
13, though.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. It feels like a 13.
Yeah, lucky number 13.
That's a fourth of a year.
That's sick. It just gets easier and more fun. We're going to come up with some new stuff for you guys pretty soon, so be on the lookout. But for now, we're signing off. So we'll catch you guys on the next one.